This is an introduction to the Blender add-on PowerPrim. We'll see how to create new primitives that are perfectly aligned on existing geometry. We'll look at how the primitives can be customized, and we'll see how PowerPrim works with custom objects. Finally, we'll take a look at PowerPrim's intuitive array mode. To use PowerPrim, select any object in your scene, go into Edit mode and select a face. Right-click and open PowerPrim. I'll be using Shift-Control-S as a shortcut for the rest of this video. The new primitive will be created perfectly aligned with the face that you had selected. You can choose between different primitives by pressing the Tab key, and you move the mouse left and right to change the size of the object, and you can also type. So let's do 0.3. We'll make that slightly larger. You can use the mouse wheel to change the resolution of an object. This works with cylinders, spheres, demispheres, and cones. You can also press O to change the alignment of the object. You can either have it aligned to the face or centered to the face. And once you're happy with where your object is positioned, simply press Return or click the mouse button, and the object will be fixed in place. You can also spawn primitives on multiple faces at once. Let's select these top 4 faces. We'll go into PowerPrim, and we're now creating a cylinder on each of those faces. And of course we can customize the cylinder exactly how we want, or we can change to a different object and customize that. We can also spawn objects on vertices and edges. So for example, if we select these 8 vertices and then go into PowerPrim, we can spawn an object on each of those vertices perfectly aligned with the face normal. And of course, they're all customizable simultaneously. To use custom objects with PowerPrim, select your custom object, select the object where you want to position it, go into Edit mode and select an element, for example this face, go into PowerPrim, and the object will be positioned exactly on that element and aligned with it. You can also place custom objects on multiple elements, just as you would any other primitive. Select your elements, go into PowerPrim, scale as required, and those objects are locked in place. PowerPrim also has a very useful array mode. Suppose we wanted to position this screw head going around the outside of this face. We simply create some extra edges to work with, and then select the object we want to use as our custom object. Select the object we want to place it on. We're going to select each of these edges, and when we go into PowerPrim, it will automatically suggest array mode. Now we can change to the different modes, but for this we want array mode. Let's change the size of the objects and then use Shift and the mouse wheel to adjust the number. And when we've got what we want, we just press Enter or click the mouse, and those objects are locked in position. We can also create arrays between vertices or even between edges and faces. For example, if we select our custom object, go into the object where we want to position them, select 2 vertices, go into PowerPrim, and it again automatically selects array mode. So that's the core functionality of PowerPrim, but let's have a look at a few other little tricks it can do. So suppose you had an irregular shaped object like this. Now, obviously if you wanted to spawn a primitive on any face, you can do that. But what if you wanted to spawn a primitive in the center of this object? Well, PowerPrim can actually take a selection and average it out. So if we select these 2 edges, go into PowerPrim, it's going to suggest array mode by default. But if we change to single mode, it will create the object in the middle. Now you might notice that's actually a little bit below the middle, but that's because we've got the origin set to the base of the primitive. If we press O to change it to the center, the object is perfectly centered between our 2 selected edges. We can change to different primitives, we can customize the primitive, and of course this works with any custom object as well. We can also use the array mode. For example, if we wanted to create an array of objects between these two faces, simply select the two faces. Array mode is automatically suggested, and let's change to a demisphere. And as you can notice, the object is even rotated as it goes across the array so that the two end objects land neatly on the selected faces. And we can also change the origin mode. Let's just change to a sphere, or a cylinder actually, and that can create some interesting effects depending on what you're trying to achieve.